introducing the Cadence range of Ian Gordon salmon lines. So Ian, when we started this whole concept off about your salmon rods, your double-handed rods, something that you were really, really insistent on was that we developed a range of lines to match these rods. Now, it's taken some time. We launched these lines about 8 months ago, so middle of last season. But the concept was that, wasn't it? You wanted to be able to match the line to the rod for the whatever casting technique was being used and for the preference of the angler.
Absolutely, James. We had I had an idea in my head about this, and basically we come up with this shooting head system. We have a spay line system, and we also have a range of micro spay lines. Now, for me, the interesting thing about this, and I mean, they are basically a culmination of 25 years of me making lines.
All that experience.
And for me, this is the best range, full range that I've ever put together. When the people get a hold of this range of lines, they're going to really like all the key features that we're going to talk about just in a wee minute.
Absolutely, and the feedback we've had from customers that, you know, we've sold these lines to has been absolutely brilliant.
Really, really good.
I think it's fair to say, I mean, one of your gripes is how complicated it's become. You know, the whole issue of the AFTN rating, when you're relating it to salmon lines, trout lines, as these lines have evolved over the years, you know, with the shorter heads, you've got spay lines, you've got shooting heads, you've got skagits, you've got grain weights, you've got gram weights, you've got head lengths, and it's quite complicated, isn't it?
It is complicated. And so what I try to do here, James, was try to take that complexity out of the whole thing. And with the range of rods that we've made, basically we have a line that's going to fit the action of every one of that rod. But here's the key thing, or one of the key things that I see. You can see that line there is orange, obviously. And I can also see that it's a shooting head, but we'll get into that in a wee minute. However, every orange product, be it a shooting head, be it a spay line here, or be it a micro spay line here, I know visually straight away that is going to match that 13-foot 8-weight rod, because
we've colour-coded it.
Colour-coded
so you've colour-coded each line rating. And as you say, that follows through the three different families that we've got. And I just think it's absolutely awesome. You know, when we were fishing in Norway and Iceland, I've got a bag with reels and spools. Normally, I haven't got a clue what I've got, but straight away I know that's an 8. I know blue is a 9. And
white is a 7.
I actually think, Ian, it's a brilliant idea, and it just makes it so much simpler, particularly for perhaps beginners or occasional anglers. You know, they can reference the colour of the line. They know what matches their rod.
Absolutely.
They've got the right line on the rod. How many times have you seen people fishing with the wrong line on the rod?
Absolutely. And the wrong way around as well.
So that's an absolutely fantastic innovation, I think. Another one is the tip on the line. So talk to us about this, Ian.
So every one of our lines is colour-coded, as we say. So this is an 8-weight. But if we pull this out, 14 feet, come to here.
There we go.
There's the colour change. And so you can see that the front tip of that is sky blue. And that was done on all the lines because it's a really good teaching aid. One of the key critical points of making any fly cast is having exactly the right amount of line remaining on the water as we go into the moving that line, whether it be an overhead cast or a spay cast. You know, but this gives us
a visual aid, and it's what you call the P point. And we've referenced it a lot in our videos, so people can check them out on our YouTube.
If you go
channel.
to YouTube, you'll see it.
So I love that. Another factor I really like is I think that's a very nice subtle colour to have nearest to your leader. Now, if you're fishing a full floater, You know, you might be worried if the tip was orange.
Yep, yep.
Maybe the fish see it, maybe
Yeah.
they don't. I don't know. But it eliminates that fear from your mind.
Totally does.
So
Yep.
it's beautiful, it's subtle, and just doing that, it's also highlighting how the quality of our lines. We've absolutely exceeded our expectations, haven't we?
For me, it's the best,
Yeah.
best quality and the best overall range of fly lines that I've ever been involved with. It is a very, very.
I mean, it's hard to show it on the video, but the
that's-
lines are so supple.
Yep.
They're very slick.
Yep.
We've had, I mean, there's little to no memory on the lines, you know.
We're getting no negative feedback
Yeah.
at all from the people.
Very robust and reliable coating as
Yes,
well.
yes.
You know, we could go on all about that, but I don't think it's. We don't want to confuse
very
people.
good. No.
But the fact is, we've got a very, very top quality line.
Yep. Yep.
We must reference the loops because all of the lines are looped front and back.
Yep.
And that took a lot of development as well. I mean, it seems simple, doesn't it?
It seems, but it's a fiddly job.
Yeah, but making the right loop that's neat,
Perfect.
compact,
Yep.
but strong.
Really.
So important.
Yep.
And again, we're very, very confident about the quality of the loops on the lines.
It does. It's a really, really good product. And for the people that are making these loops, I think the one thing that I would say is, compared to everything else that I've seen, is consistency.
Yeah.
They're very consistent, these loops. So,
And you've highlighted another key feature there in that we've got the line referenced.
stamped on the actual fly line.
Well, printed on the line.
Yep.
So again, you can see that that's a spay line. It's got the line weight on.
Yep.
So apart from the fact that we've color coded it, we have actually referenced the line on the loop as well.
Yep.
I think that's a really nice feature.
It's nice. It's for guys like me. I have to get my glasses on to have a wee look at it.
Yeah.
But for younger guys, then you can see that straight away. But it's just a secondary thing after the color coding that's on there, James. Because straight away, I pick that up. I can see that is a 7-weight spay line.
Brilliant.
Yep.
So obviously we've got all the technical detail on our website in the line section. But what might be quite nice is if we just talk about each of these groups of lines within the family. So let's start with the microspin.
I think that,
explain a little bit about your concept with that line, because actually that's quite a unique line, isn't it?
It is. So this rod here is the sort of 8-9 microspay rod, and straight away I'm going to pick up that line because I know that's going to be an 8-weight is going to work really well
orange,
right there, and that's orange. Everything's so easy to work. So if I had a microspay rod, and we've got them in a range from 3-4 right up to 8-9, and if I picked up a 3-4, for instance, straight away I would be picking up this line here, and that would tell me that's going to fit a 3-4 line. Visual reference on each one. So the lines are going from 14 gram up to 29 gram, and they have integrated running lines, James.
Which is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's, you know, this was again your concept from the very beginning. You didn't want to copy what was out there.
No.
You wanted to make a line that both works the rod perfectly, is easy to cast, but has the right attributes for the fishing that you're applying that
Absolutely.
to. So, yeah, you can overhead cast them, you can spay cast them. You've got a great flexibility within that range, haven't you?
Absolutely. It's some of the most versatile range of fly lines that I've ever produced. And what I kind of quite like is that the lighter 3, so the 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, they're all 30-foot heads.
Yeah, so they've got a shorter
So they're very, very short head, and so you can use them in trout applications. The other ones are 32, 34, and 36-foot head, slightly longer, and they all carry 5 or even 10 foot if you're a better caster. Even 10-foot poly leaders as well. Really, really great. They're fantastic.
We must just reference about the microspay range as well, in the fact that it's not a switch rod.
It's not.
Is it?
No.
You've actually specifically designed this for what you wanted.
Yes.
So it's the rods themselves have got a longer handle. They've got a proper double handle.
Yeah.
Everything about them has been thought about, right down to the finest detail.
Absolutely, James.
All of them. So Ian, let's talk about the range of spay lines that
Yep.
you've developed, obviously to match our double-handed rods, but obviously they'll work on other rods as well.
Sure.
Tell us about them. I mean, all the details are on the website, but just give us a quick oversight.
A quick oversight of them is that there's basically 120 feet long.
Yeah.
Each line's 120 feet long, but the head lengths are different head length.
Yeah.
So basically on the 7 weight, we've got 48 foot head. On the 8 weight, we've got 52.
Yeah.
On the 9 weight, we've got 56. And on the 10 weight, we've got a 60 foot head. And so these are all going to complement our rods of that rating.
So in terms of a spay line, it's kind of not short head and it's not long head.
No, it's
perfectly fitting in between. So some fishers will prefer a spay line over a shooting head. There's obviously advantages to that.
Yep.
And there's advantages to a shooting head.
Yep. Yep.
But they're a very easy line to cast, aren't they? I think most people that try them really like them. They're very usable and very easy.
Yeah, they're very user-friendly, James. And like I said, you know, the head weights and every part of this line is, as far as my thought process was concerned, it was taking the best profile of a spay line and condensing it into exactly the right weights. That's what we've done. That's what we've done with the spay lines. It's pretty much what we've done with the shooting heads as well. So we have.
So just to reiterate, they're looped on the front and the back.
Front and back.
So it's easy to connect to your back end.
Yep.
And obviously on the tip you can go straight on with a leader or a poly leader tip.
Absolutely.
You've designed that with that in mind as well.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So Ian, let's look at the shooting head range. We've got 4 at the moment in the range. Again, we don't want to go into all the technical spec and information. That's on the website for people that want to know.
Absolutely.
We've got the colour coding system to make it very clear.
It's going to be easy for people to see.
So we've got 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Just tell us about your thinking on the profiles and the lengths of these.
So the profiles of a shooting head and the attributes of a shooting head, I always think is the differences between spay line and shooting heads. Rear taper, very quick rear taper, very quick loading of the rod. So a lot of the weight has to be right at the very back of the shooting head. And so I had again, it comes for years and years and years of testing lines and seeing the performance and the turnover, and basically the shape that we've introduced into this, or the profile that we've introduced into this, is what I believe to be the best profile based on the physics of the casting, that type of thing. So what we've done is we've got a 39 foot 7 weight. So we've got a 40 foot 8 weight, 41 and 42 foot. That's the way that the thing.
So they are actually quite similar in terms of length.
So very similar.
And that makes them quite versatile as well, with different length rods, doesn't it? So for example, you know, with our rods where we've got different actions, or different line ratings, the flexibility, it means that you could actually use one shooting head, say on the 9 weight 13.6, and then on the 8 weight you've got the 8 weight head to perfectly match the action of that rod. And again, just to reiterate, we've got the loops on both ends, obviously, for shooting head. We've also got the laser printing to identify what they are.
Absolutely.
So Ian, I think in conclusion, we've got the most fantastic range of lines. We've got top quality, top spec.
The quality is fantastic.
We've been so pleased with them. And when you also consider the value element, you know, that's what Cadence is all about. Because our business model is that we're selling direct to the consumer. That's how we can offer the top spec lines at a really competitive price.
It's for me, it's something that attracted me to the company. It's giving value back to the customer.
Absolutely.
That's what I saw with you.
Well, Ian, I've got to thank you for this. I know it's been a long process.
It has.
Sometimes emotional.
It has. Sometimes very emotional. Want to do this.
But we've got there. So we look forward to a new fantastic season.
The new season is coming, and everyone, this is available to everyone through the Cadence website.
Thanks a lot, Ian.
Pleasure, pal. Pleasure.